ER Housing Newsletter, the newsletter for East Renfrewshire Council House tenants, Winter 2013 edition.
Housing Matters. Housing Convener, Councillor Danny Devlin. Welcome to the winter edition of the Housing Newsletter. I would like to begin by thanking all the tenants that took the time to attend the Tenants' Conference held recently in Barrhead. The Scottish Social Housing Charter makes it clear that we, as a landlord, should organise opportunities for our customers to meet with staff and give us feedback, and this was an excellent opportunity for that to happen. Those attending heard senior housing staff talk about the areas of service they have responsibility for. Staff explained some of the difficulties they encountered in managing the housing service, and tenants had the chance to question staff about some of the myths that exist. I echo the sentiments of Phil Dawes, Housing Service Manager, who spoke about the drive within the service to improve and to provide a service that is professional, cost-effective and understands and meets the needs of all our customers. I am delighted to announce that on the 15th of November, the Housing Service won the prestigious TPAS Developing Communities Award for our work in developing the Mixed Tenure Scheme. Brian Coles, Tenant and Custom Engagement Officer, and Ryan Haney, Project Manager, accepted the award on behalf of the Council. TPAS recognised the scheme for being innovative in tackling an issue few other councils, if any, have yet to take on. The problems associated with managing mixed tenure blocks, something we have done in partnership with a range of people including those living in the properties affected. I would like to express my thanks to all who have participated in the scheme. Its success is reflected in this excellent recognition by a national organisation. I would like to close by wishing you all an enjoyable festive season and a prosperous new year. Pictured below is the Mixed Tenure Scheme Hit Squad. Do you want to stop smoking in 2014? 1. Stopping smoking will improve your health and your bank balance. 2. Smoking 20 cigarettes a day costs around £7. Quitting will save you £212 a month and £2,548 a year. 3. You're 4 times more likely to quit smoking if you attend a support group and use a stop smoking product. 4. This new year, make a change for your lifestyle. For support or information to help kick the habit, call 0141 577 4804. Health benefits of stopping smoking. 20 minutes, your blood pressure and pulse return to normal. Circulation improves, especially in hands and feet. 24 hours. Carbon monoxide leaves your body. Your lungs start to clear out mucus and debris. 72 hours. Your breathing is easier and you have more energy. 3 to 9 months. Your lung efficiency is up by 5 to 10%. Breathing problems are fading away. Say goodbye to couching, shortness of breath and wheezing. 5 years. You now only have half the chance of getting a heart attack compared to a smoker. For free information and support call, phone 0141 577 4804.
Contents. Notice board. Have yourself a safe festive season. Subletting. Performance update. Technical support officer. Barrhead Foundry. Housing Services Tenant Conference 2013. Local Housing Strategy Progress Report. Protect your home this winter. Have you changed your telephone number and notified the Housing Service? You may not realise the importance of the Housing Service holding current, up-to-date phone numbers and any emergency contacts for you. Have you thought about how we might contact you if there was, for instance, a burst pipe within your property, possibly affecting your own property and those of your neighbours? Your belongings and those of others could be damaged more than necessary if we are unable to access your property, as we have no contact numbers for you. We may have to force entry, which could cost you money, as you may be responsible for the cost of us having to replace locks or door fittings. People often forget when they change their phone numbers to notify housing services, and are surprised to find, when an emergency occurs, that it is the old phone numbers we have on record. Please include us in your list of contacts to advise of your current numbers, and should you be among those tenants whose phones do not accept incoming calls, advise us of an alternative contact number for you. Scary goings on in Fordyce Court. The Fordyce Court Sheltered Housing Complex celebrated Halloween with a spooky get-together for residents in the common room. A number of residents got into the swing of things, dressing up for their supper. Are your radiators feeling a bit colder than normal? Does your radiator feel cold at the top and warm at the bottom? Does your radiator have a cold spot? If so, it's likely that the problem has been caused by air that has been trapped in your radiator. Please remember that in modern heating systems, removing the trapped air can cause the pressure within the system to drop. If you're unable to repressure the system, please do not bleed the radiators. Contact Saltair, our heating maintenance contractor, on 0800 048 2710. Sheltered Housing Survey 2013. In July 2013, we carried out a survey of all our sheltered housing tenants, and we received a 36% return, which gives us a good overview of our customers' views on the service we provide. Some of the findings of the survey include 96% of those responding have confidence that the wardens supporting them are sufficiently trained. 98% responded that their warden was either good or very good. 87% rated the accommodation as either good or very good in relation to the quality of their own flat and the communal areas. 87% were happy with the open spaces and garden areas at their complex. 99% stated they feel safe and secure in their home. 96% would recommend this sheltered housing complex and related services to someone else. We've taken many of the points raised as part of this survey and include them in an action plan for service improvement.
Have yourself a merry and safe little festive season. Follow these 12 safety tips to ensure you have a great time. 1. Buy children's gifts for the correct age group and from reputable sources that comply with safety standards. If a bargain toy from a market seems too good to be true, it probably is, and you won't get your money back. Number 2. Buy batteries for toys that need them. Don't be tempted to remove batteries from smoke alarms, as they might just save your life. Number 3. Look out for small items that could pose a choking hazard to young children, including parts that have fallen off toys or from Christmas trees, button batteries and burst balloons. Number 4. Keep decorations and cards away from fires and other heat sources such as light fittings. Don't leave burning candles unattended. Make sure you put them out before going to bed, and do not put candles on Christmas trees. Number 5. If you have old Christmas lights, seriously consider buying new ones, which will meet much higher safety standards. Keep the lights switched off until the Christmas tree is decorated. Don't let children play with lights. Some have swallowed the bulbs. And remember, always switch off the lights when going out of the house or going to bed. Number 6. When you're out and about, keep shopping bags, valuables, purses and wallets close to you. Keep purses or bags closed. The more expensive an item, the closer to your body it should be. Keep a firm grip. Number 7. Give yourself enough time to prepare and cook Christmas dinner to avoid hot fat, boiling water and the sharp knife accidents that come from rushing, and keep everyone, especially children, not helping with the dinner out of the kitchen. Wipe up any spills quickly. Number 8. Have scissors handy to open packaging, so you're not tempted to use a knife, and have screwdrivers at the ready to assemble toys. Number 9. Beware of bogus callers at Christmas time. They may catch you off guard. Don't leave your wallet, purse or car keys sitting next to the door. Always ask for identification and, if in doubt, check them out. Number 10. Trips and falls are the most common accidents, so try to keep clutter and cables/wires to a minimum. Make sure stairs are well lit and free from obstacles, especially if you have guests. Number 11. If you're out and about over Christmas, stay safe. Use reputable taxi companies, stay with friends and don't wander off alone. Do not drink and drive. Number 12. If you use the internet for your shopping, insist on secure transactions. Make sure the site you are visiting uses SSL, the standard in secure transactions. You should be able to see the HTTPS in front of the web address instead of HTTP. There should also be a lock or key symbol in the browser window. If in doubt, don't give your card details.
Subletting within council properties. As an East Renfrewshire Council tenant, you have the right to request to sublet your council tenancy. However, you cannot enter into subletting arrangements without first seeking appropriate permission in writing from housing services. There is a shortage of council housing in East Renfrewshire and a lengthy list of those waiting for homes. It is not fair or right for those allocated council housing to commit tenancy fraud, and it is an issue we take very seriously. At present, our tenancy enforcement officers carry out illegal subletting checks in every housing estate across East Renfrewshire to ensure there are no illegal sublets. The checks include random house visits during which the identity of tenants is checked. A report is then compiled confirming legitimate occupation, and if any illegal subletting is identified during the checks, legal action will be taken, which is likely to involve recovery of the tenancy. To date, it has been found that no illegal subletting has occurred in the properties investigated, which suggests that overall levels of subletting are estimated to be very low within the council's housing stock. But despite this, our checks will continue to be carried out on randomly selected properties twice each year within council housing stock, and tenants should be aware of this, and that our tenancy enforcement officers may be in touch to verify you are who you say you are. All staff carry photographic identification, and you should ask to see this before discussing your tenancy or inviting our staff into your home. If you are considering subletting your home because you are required to move away for a period to take up employment or for any other legitimate reason, we strongly advise you contact your housing officer to discuss the matter and ensure you follow the correct procedure for subletting. Launch of Mutual Exchange Register to help tenants. To help tenants who want to move to a property of a more affordable or appropriate size, housing services have launched a mutual exchange register. It means tenants in council or housing association properties who are keen to move can now ask East Renfrewshire Council for a list of suitable matches. For example, if Mrs. Smith, living in a 3-bedroom house in Auchenbach but wants to downsize to a smaller property in Neilston, the register will provide Mrs. Smith with a list of applicants who are also in the register. The details provided will include applicants who currently live in the area and size of property that Mrs. Smith is looking for, and also wish to move to Mrs. Smith's current size of property in Auchenbach. The register will give applicants more choice and control of their housing needs and assist them to find a suitable property without having to wait until one becomes available. The register will also enable East Renfrewshire Council's housing service to assist applicants who may face rent arrears as a result of the welfare reform changes. Applicants can apply to be on the register or view their matches by visiting Eastwood HQ or Barrhead Council offices, where Customer First will assist. Councillor Devlin, convener for housing, said social housing in East Renfrewshire is in short supply. Therefore, the Mutual Exchange Register is set to help local tenants in council or housing association properties who wish to move to another, more suitable tenancy.
Housing Services Performance Update. In the last newsletter, the Scottish Social Housing Charter, the Charter, was discussed. As part of the Charter, housing services must produce an annual report for tenants each year. You can find the first performance report and a copy of the Scottish Social Housing Charter on the council website at www.eastrenfrewshire.gov.uk/index.aspx?article ID equals 1641. The reports are available in hard copy and in other formats. If you would like a copy, please contact Brian Coles, Tenant and Customer Engagement Officer, on 0141 577 3695 or at brian.coles@eastrenfrewshire.gov.uk. As part of the Charter, housing services must measure a list of indicators. The indicators can be split up into two types. 1. Customer satisfaction. As part of the Charter, all landlords must measure and report how tenants and customers view the service. Housing services will be undertaking a 100% tenant survey early 2014. If you want your views heard, it's vital that you complete and return this survey. 2. Performance measures. The Charter contains a number of performance indicators which measure how the service is performing in key areas. Housing services have been measuring the performance indicators since April 2013. Below are a selection of indicators which show you, a tenant, how East Renfrewshire Council, as your landlord, is performing in key areas. Scottish Quality Housing Standard. SSHC indicator. The percentage of council stock being brought up to the Scottish Housing Quality Standard. April to September 2013, 88.8%. This is a Scottish Government standard that ensures all social housing homes are in appropriate condition. This standard must be met by 2015. East Renfrewshire Council performed well above the national average of 76%. Repair Service. SSHC indicator. April to September 2013. Average length of time in hours taken to complete emergency repairs. 4. Average length of time, working days, taken to complete non-emergency repairs. 7. Percentage of reactive repairs carried out year completed right first time. 91%. Percentage of repair appointments kept. 78%. Housing services undertake almost 9,000 repairs each year. The service is under major improvement and the average time to complete a repair has reduced from 14 to 7 working days. Allocation of council tenancies. SSHC indicator, April to September 2013. The percentage of rent loss due to voids, 1.8%. Average length of time to relet properties in days, 56. Housing services understand the demand for good, quality, affordable accommodation and are keen to ensure properties are let as quickly as possible. Complaints. SSHC indicator, April to September 2013. Percentage of complaints, Stage 1 frontline resolved on time, 87%. Percentage of complaints, Stage 1 frontline respond to in full, 100%. Percentage of complaints, Stage 1 frontline upheld, 93%. Percentage of complaints, Stage 2 investigation resolved on time, 81%. Percentage of complaints, Stage 2 investigation responded to in full, 100%. Percentage of complaints, Stage 2 investigation upheld, 50%. East Renfrewshire Council is committed to providing high quality customer services. However, we do understand that sometimes things can go wrong. We value complaints and use the information from them to help us improve our service. We have changed how we handle customer complaints. All Scottish councils are doing this, and it will ensure that all complaints are dealt with consistently. More information on the complaints process can be found on the council website, www.eastrenfrewshire.gov.uk/index.aspx ? Article ID equals 1573. Your views. We are keen to ensure that the performance information provided in the annual report and newsletter meet your needs and tells you what you need to know about housing services. If you wish to be part of a discussion group, please contact Brian Coles, Tenant and Customer Engagement Officer, on 0141 577 3695 or at brian.coles@eastrenfrewshire.gov.uk. Tenant and Customer Engagement Strategy. Over the next few months, housing services will be consulting our tenants and wider customer base around the development of a tenant and customer engagement strategy and a development action plan. In the past, we produced a tenant participation strategy. However, in order to reflect the changing nature of the housing estates we manage, we are looking to develop a strategy that is inclusive of all our customers and prospective customers. There will be a range of ways you can comment on the strategy. We will be organising local focus groups. We can send you a copy of the strategy to comment on, and your local tenants and residents association will also be responding, so please feel free to contact them and give them your views. As a service, we value your input and how we continue to develop as an organisation. This is your opportunity to influence how we will engage with our customers in the coming years. If you would like a copy of the strategy, please contact Brian Coles on 0141 577 3695 or email brian.coles@eastrenfrewshire.gov.uk.
A day or two in the life of the Technical Support Officer. Brian Smith is the Technical Support Officer based in Housing Services. Brian has a range of experience working as an electrician and electrical supervisor with the then Strathclyde Regional Council, moving to East Renfrewshire Council in 1996 as a Service Contracts Manager, and more recently the Technical Support Officer within Housing Services. Tell us a bit about your job and what it entails. The largest areas of my post relate to asbestos and Legionella, and I cover not only housing services but all sectors of the council. Asbestos, under legislation, must be managed within all areas of properties and public spaces. The challenge I face in meeting the council's asbestos management plan, ensuring asbestos surveys are carried out, supervising the removal of asbestos, carrying out training and education, giving guidance to the public, writing literature and reports, and managing finances, all within a tight budget. Legionella, again under legislation, must be managed across the councils. Similar to asbestos, I work to a management plan ensuring surveys are carried out and inspections of water temperatures and water quality are met within timescales. I have to ensure any repairs and refurbishments are completed within budget. I oversee the management of all service contracts for sheltered accommodation. For example, the installation of new heating systems or electrical rewires, ensuring all insurance certification or associated actions are completed. And finally, I advise on any technical situations, problems or guidance needed in housing. It is my job to reassure all concerned that we can safely manage and control the materials and the risks. What is the best bit of the job? Where I can improve the management of asbestos or Legionella in areas never looked at before, such as common areas, land management and training of staff, and improving water management and water quality, and making a difference to services provided and received by our clients and, more importantly, our customers. What is the hardest part of the job? The most difficult area of the job is managing people's expectations in regards to asbestos. Asbestos has a considerable reputation, mostly bad, so managing a material that is generally misunderstood can be challenging. The discovery of asbestos often leads to worry, anger and frustration on the part of our customers, and it is my job to reassure all concerned that we can safely manage and control the materials and the risks. Do I need permission to keep a pet? The short answer to this is yes. We know that pet ownership can be a great benefit to residents. However, pets can also cause nuisance to other residents and damage to property. We need to make sure that the pet you would like to keep is suitable for the home you live in, that they won't cause a nuisance to other residents, and that they'll be properly looked after. Any request to keep a domestic pet must be submitted in writing to Housing Services. Tenants in sheltered housing complexes will not be permitted to keep pets. However, special consideration is given to tenants who have or require guide dogs. Are there rules about what type of pets I can keep? There are certain types and breeds of animal that you are not allowed to keep. These include dogs listed on the Dangerous Dogs Act 1991, wild or farm animals, endangered species, animals listed on the Dangerous Wild Animals Act 1976, including venomous snakes, spiders, and certain breeds of monkey. In addition, the following conditions apply to any tenant wanting to keep a pet. The tenants are responsible for the behaviour of pets owned by them or anyone living with them, or anyone visiting them when that person's pet is within the house. All reasonable steps must be taken to supervise and keep pets under control. The tenant takes reasonable steps to prevent pets causing nuisance, annoyance or damage to neighbours. This includes fouling, noise or smell from the pet, or injury caused by the pet. The tenants will take all reasonable care to ensure that such pets do not foul or cause damage to the house, neighbours' property, or anything belonging to the council, or anything that the council is responsible for. If you're considering getting a pet, please talk to your housing officer in the first instance to avoid any issues developing down the line.
Barrhead Foundry. Barrhead's major new £3.8 million community hub is starting to take shape. The Barrhead Foundry will be the town's state-of-the-art new centre in Main Street. It is being created out of a transformed Barrhead Sports Centre where a fantastic 2-storey extension is being built. Contractors moved onto the site last month for the first of the works. Great effort has been made to keep disruption to a minimum and keep facilities open where possible. Some parts of the centre will be closed temporarily from January, and sports clubs that use the hall and stage area will be relocated on a temporary basis to other buildings in East Renfrewshire. Dance studio events, including fitness classes, will move to the stage area for a temporary period, and the gym will have a slightly reduced capacity, both from March. Barrhead Foundry will have improved sports facilities, a great new library, work, employment and business support, flexible meeting space for the community and a cafe. The name of Barrhead Foundry was suggested by Barrhead resident David Bell, who chose it because it reflects the town's proud industrial heritage. The site is close to the original Shanks Tubal Works, which included a foundry as well as Cunningham Iron Foundry. Work is scheduled for completion in late 2014 or early 2015. To allow work to commence on the foundry site and the neighbouring new Asda, parking around both the sports centre and the former health centre has been restricted. Alternative parking facilities are available at Cochrane Street, Cowan Park and the Johnny Kelly Pavilion. Following the demolition of the health centre, a temporary car park will be provided there early in the new year. Thanks to everyone in Barrhead for their patience at this time. Keep up to date and find out the latest developments at www.eastrenfrewshire.gov.uk/Barrhead. Let's wipe out blocked drains. The wastewater drain which runs from your house to the public sewer is usually about 4 inches wide, which is less than the diameter of a DVD or CD. Flushing things like wipes, nappies or cotton buds down the toilet can cause drains to block, potentially flooding you and your neighbours' homes. Bathroom, baby or cleaning wipes are becoming an increasingly popular bathroom and kitchen accessory. Despite the fact that they're marketed to be flushed away, like toilet paper, these wipes frequently create clogs and backups in drainage and sewer systems and should not be flushed away. Repairs Technical Officer Wilson McFarlane commented, "We are seeing an increase in blocked drains due to the disposal of wipes down the toilet. Where the fault for the blockage lies with the tenant or the owner-occupier, the council would be within its rights to charge the cost of cleaning the blockage." Wilson added that the following items are also not drain-friendly. Paper towels. If you use paper towels, please remember they are not designed to break down in water like toilet paper. Flushing them away can cause big problems with choked drains. Fats, oil and grease. Cooking fat should never go in the drain or waste disposal. When it's hot, it seems like a liquid, but as soon as this grease hits the drain, it cools and congeals, becoming a pipe-clogging thick wax. Wilson recommends you pour or scrape the fat, oil or grease into a container and dispose of it. Disposable nappies. Disposable nappies are made from toxic plastic that is designed to expand when it comes in contact with water. In the slim chance you actually get it down the drain, it will instantly be caught in the U-bend and will cause a backup which could flood your and others' property.
Housing Services Tenant Conference 2013. On the 26th of October 2013, all East Renfrewshire Council tenants were invited to attend a tenants' conference in the council offices Barrhead. We're delighted to say over 30 tenants attended on the day. They heard presentations on a range of issues and had the opportunity to question senior housing staff on a range of subjects. Convener of Housing Services, Councillor Danny Devlin, opened the conference, welcoming all in attendance. Councillor Devlin spoke of the drive within housing services to improve and how confident he was that those who use the service will see improvements in the coming year, and that we are already seeing improvements with our average repairs response time down from 14 days to 8. Housing Services Manager Phil Dawes then introduced the programme for the day. Key members of housing staff would go through how their element of the service operates in an attempt to demystify how the service is run. Tenants then heard a range of presentations on estate management, antisocial behaviour, allocations, repairs, capital works and the highly successful mixed tenure scheme. A lively question and answer session followed. Following lunch and an opportunity to access information from a wide range of agencies, those attending heard an update on welfare reform from the Citizens Advice Bureau, then presentations on housing services performance and tenant and customer engagement from the Council, and a tenant perspective. Feedback from the event has been very positive, with 90% of those attending saying the event was either good or very good. No one rated it poor or very poor. When asked what topics they would like to see discussed at future tenant conferences, discussing plans for the building new homes for rent in East Renfrewshire and future tenant engagement were seen as priorities. Housing convener Councillor Danny Devlin commented, "Our hope is to build on this success, and we would like to thank everyone who attended, our tenants, agencies, those who provided information and housing staff who gave informative presentations. We look forward to next year's conference."
Local Housing Strategy Progress Report 2013. The Year 1 Progress Report on East Renfrewshire's Local Housing Strategy, LHS, has recently been published. Some of the key highlights are set out below. If you are interested in finding out more, get in touch with us using the contact details below. The Local Housing Strategy is for 5 years, 2012 to 2017, and sets out our vision. Good quality and affordable housing opportunities are available to our residents within safe and attractive neighbourhoods.
What have we done to provide more affordable homes?
Last year we exceeded our target of an extra 30 affordable homes and delivered 31 extra homes for social rent and for low-cost purchase. Our housing association partners played a big role in this by building new homes and purchasing second-hand homes off the shelf.
What have we done to tackle homelessness?
We redesigned our temporary accommodation and support service to provide more outreach support and a stronger focus on helping people to make the move to a settled home. We have already seen good results of this, with a 40% reduction in the number of people becoming homeless again within 12 months of first presenting.
What have we done to improve house conditions?
Last year we brought 397 properties up to the Scottish Housing Quality Standard against a target of 123. We are now ahead of schedule to meet the 2015 deadline, with 84% of our properties complaint.
What have we done to improve home energy efficiency?
Last year we secured over £400,000 to provide 900 homes with discounted or free insulation, including cavity walls and lofts, saving an average of £150 to £200 on fuel costs per household per year. We have also secured almost £300,000 external funding to enable us to deliver energy efficiency improvement works to over 100 homes in the Wood Farm area this year.
What have we done to meet older people's housing needs?
Last year we helped colleagues in health and social care to produce a joint strategic commissioning plan for older people, which has been praised nationally as good practice. A key part is working with people to find out what support and networks they have, how these can contribute to keeping people active and healthy, and reduce the risk of falls and unplanned hospital visits.
What have we done to improve information and advice?
Our service improvements team undertook a major review of our approach to consultation, engagement and performance reporting to prepare for induction of the Scottish Social Housing Charter in 2014. Our preparations are well advanced, and we plan to use a scrutiny panel approach to involve people in reviewing and shaping our services. We value your feedback. If you would like to become more involved in the work for the LHS, such as participating in consultation events, focus groups, etc., please contact us at Housing Strategy Team, 211 Main Street, Barrhead, G78 1SY. Telephone 0141 577 8404. Email strategy.housing@eastrenfrewshire.gov.uk. Website www.eastrenfrewshire.gov.uk/local-housing-strategy.
Preparing for winter, protect your home. If you're going away over the winter months and are leaving your home unoccupied, you should turn off and drain down your plumbing system, or make sure you leave your heating switched on at a low setting to avoid pipes freezing. If possible, leave a key with a trusted neighbour, friend or relative and ask them to drop in now and then to check everything is okay. Check with neighbours if you shut off valves, as you might shut off their water also. Getting to know your stop taps. Find and label all stop taps and valves. You'll need to turn them off quickly if there's a burst. Check regularly that they're working. The main stop tap is often found under the kitchen sink or in the bathroom. Some valves will be in the loft space or perhaps a cupboard. There will be a mains water control valve in the street, but remember to tell your neighbours if you turn this off. If your pipes freeze, you should thaw out the pipes using warm water or warm air from a hairdryer. But remember, this is electricity, so watch out for burst pipes. If the hot water pipes are affected, switch off the source of heat, your immersion heater, gas boiler or fire. Dealing with frozen pipes. Don't panic, just follow these steps to minimise damage and get everything back to normal. Turn off the water at the main stop valve. Switch off your electricity at the mains if the water gets into any electrical fittings. Tell your neighbours you have turned off your water. Valves outside your house may also affect your neighbour's water supply. What if I cannot live in the house because of water damage? If you become homeless as a result of damage to your home, the council will provide information, advice and assistance. During normal working hours, you should contact Customer First in the first instance on 0141 577 3001. Out with normal working hours, you can contact us on free phone 0800 052 0180. Social work standby service on 0800 811 505. To report an emergency, come in and speak to our Customer First staff in person. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. at the following addresses: Council Headquarters, Eastwood Park, Rook and Glen Road, Giffnock, East Renfrewshire, G46 6UG. Council Offices, 211 Main Street, Barrhead, East Renfrewshire, G78 1SY. Your first point of contact for reporting repairs during normal working hours is Repairs Call Centre 0141 577 3700. Text phone 0141 571 0110. If you need to report a repair out with office hours, the number is free phone 08080 03 1601, free from a landline only, or email housing_repairs@East Renfrewshire. For emergency gas heating repairs or a blocked flue, contact our heating contractor Saltire directly on 0800 048 2710. Scottish Water have issued information on how to protect your property during cold weather. Visit their website or contact them via Twitter or Facebook for more information. www.scottishwater.co.uk/winter. Facebook www.facebook.com/ScottishWater. Twitter.com/ScottishWater. Safer Scotland www.readyscotland.org. If you have any suggestions on how we can improve the service or compliments on the service we provide, please let us know. Contact Customer First on 0141 577 3001.